Hello students, welcome you all for the course of MBA Semester 3 Advertising Management. Today is our lecture number 726 and we are going to have a session on media plan and activities. So the objective of our today's session is help to understand the concept of media plan and activities. So the contents of our today's session are media plan, developing a media plan, sample media plan, setting media objective, specifying the media objectives, GRP and TRP, gross rating points and total rating points, media scheduling and models of media scheduling. So we are going to start a discussion from media plan. Media planning is one of the very important activity almost in all the organizations wherever any of the corporate entities they suppose they are conducting any sort of advertising related activities and placing that advertisement into the different medium. So they are planning their advertisement in such a way so that they will keep in touch with the different group of customers so as to meet the overall marketing as well as advertising objectives. So media plan exactly some form of written document that will specify or that will summarize the recommended objectives, strategies, tactics that are being pertinent to the placement of company's advertising message. So in overall, okay, media planning is a form of strategy which can be used to schedule the advertisement of products into the different medium. Developing a media plan. Now, whichever company those who are going to schedule their activities of advertisement, so they are primarily preparing a media plan, okay, and that media plan has been prepared by means of using some several steps. At right hand side, these steps are also being followed to get acquainted with the business environment, okay. So first of all, we are going to analyzing the market, what exactly has been happening around that particular businesses. Establishing the media objective. Here, what will be your media objective so as to keep in touch with the customer. Depending on that, we are developing our media strategy by means of considering which particular media vehicles would be more and more appropriate, okay, that will generate the overall impressions on the users. Finally, we are implementing the media strategy and evaluating the performance of our media plan. Okay, so in this way, generally that media plan will be implemented. Okay, but how to prepare the media plan? Okay, here we should have to come across to the situational analysis and by means of conducting a marketing planning as well as scanning of the business environment. Okay, so that we are conducting over here and getting acquainted with to the business environment. We are also focusing on our marketing strategic plan, okay, by means of considering our 4 P's of that respective product and creating a creative strategy plan, okay, that is what called as our communication strategy. Okay, combining all these three important aspects, okay, we should have to apply these different stages, okay, by means of first of all setting the media objective. Here we need to specify, okay, which particular media would be more appropriate and for which we should have to use our strategy in such a way so as to satisfy that particular media objective. Determining the media strategy. Here different media vehicles would be there, okay, which media would be more appropriate by means of identifying some relevant statistics of different media. So here we need to define our media strategy that should be more and more accurate as per the uh, media buying habits of the uh, customers. Selecting the broad media classes. Okay, after identifying the respective features of the selected media vehicles, finally we are in a position to identify which particular media vehicles are appropriate so as to get the maximum impressions on the user. And then at last but one, selecting the media within the class. Okay, so finally we are in a position here to identify, because there are several media, and which media would be more and more appropriate, so that we can generate some maximum impressions on the user. Okay, so here we should have to select that particular media, that will generate the maximum impressions on the user. And finally we need to decide that particular media, either print media, broadcast media, or other media. In print media, which media would be more and more appropriate, or broadcast media, which media is more and more comfortable, wherever we will get the maximum users. Or other media, say for example internet, we can tap the untapped potential over there and identify the um, particular class of customers over there by means of using these other medias also. So in this way we are developing the media plan. Now this is the sample media plan one of the company. Okay, here we are taking their targeted segment of working women with kids 2 to 11. Okay, so media plan is a form of scheduling kind of activity, which can be conducted for throughout the year, say for example from January to December. Okay, so in that particular year 1995 over here, as in example, the company has conducted a media plan and identified the several medias and placed the advertisement into the different medium so as to generate some gross rating points. Okay, so in this way that media plan has been prepared. Say for example we are taking some daytime television. Okay, that daytime television can be implemented throughout the year. Okay, it has been implemented throughout the year or years also. And the gross rating points would be 1400, depending on some particular form of statistic the company has been calculated. Similarly, if you are talking about some cable day, or women's day magazine over here, that particular form of advertisement which can be relayed in different slots. Okay, now look out that women's days magazine. Different magazines. Okay, women's magazine, women's day magazine, red book, or working mother magazine. Okay, so this magazine can be magazine advertisement can be relayed in different time slot. Okay, so at first that you will identify in case of daytime television, syndication television, network day television, and cable day television. Here cable day television is a continuously they are scheduling the advertisement, and the total gross rating points would be 20 over here. Okay, now on the network day television, that from January 2nd, to January 23rd, that time slot has been booked on that particular television channel. Even on syndication television channel, from February, so you will identify one, there is one continuous, one network day, and his syndication would be on alternate basis, it will be implemented. Similarly, in case of women's magazine, here we are using that print media over here. You came to know working mother would be here. And in second slot, there is no advertising over here, but excluding syndication television advertisement. And in third, women's day magazine, and then some alternate or repeated months advertisement would be there. Or in some months you will identify there will be a multiple form of advertisement. Say for example in the month of May you came to know about network day, cable day, as well as women's day magazine and red book magazine over here. So in this way that sample media plan for working women, with kids, which has been targeted by some of the company. Okay, and depending on that their gross rating points, and the company will calculate the cost which is being associated with the advertisement. Setting the media objective. Okay, so whenever the companies they are formulating the advertisement program and executing this advertisement program, so primarily they are conducting their media strategy, okay, by means of satisfying their advertisement budgets very well. So they are conducting these or preparing these media objectives. So primarily they are going to answer some several questions regarding for what form of advertisement that they are conducting, and which particular form of media vehicles and other related aspects that they should have to use. Say for example, whom to advertise to, for whom they are going to advertising that particular product, which geographical areas to cover, okay, geographical location, when to advertise. See, during the whole year there will be different festivals, even also, okay, different moments and events are supposed to be there. Okay, so when exactly the company need to advertise that particular product, what is the duration of the campaign should be, okay, how long the advertisement had been repeated into the media, and what is the size and length of the advertisement should be. So depending on all these aspects, one can define our complete media strategy, and that should be typically focusing on these particular form of questions. When we are setting our media objective, that media objectives has been calculated on the basis of some other form of questions, okay, and that is need to be specified, and that we will already discuss in the previous session. So what proportion of the target audience should be exposed to the message, that is called as reach. So total media reach has been identified, okay. So how much proportion of the target audience can be made available through that particular commercial message. Similarly, on the basis of that media reach, some other possible questions can be answered, okay. How often should the target audience can be exposed to our messages. So how frequently the customers has been exposed to that particular media to watch the particular advertisement, that is called as frequency. And some other technical features that can be calculated, that is called as motivational frequency or effective reach and frequency, okay, so that we can reach to the maximum number of customers, okay, or particular group of segmented customers. Then in the third stage, okay, how much at total advertising is necessary to achieve the reach and the frequency objective. Okay, once we are calculating the media reach and as well as the frequency, so how much total advertising has been necessary, okay, that should be calculated on the basis of calculating that media weight. That media weight has been calculated on the basis of gross impressions, okay, generally called as gross rating points, okay, and TRP, that is called as total rating points, okay. FCB research, okay, in India we call as FCB Ulka, okay, whenever they were conducted research, they point out that there will be no awareness, okay, whenever the gross rating points is 1000. So it is quite necessary to have more than, okay, 1000 gross rating points, okay, while conducting any kind of advertisements. So it is to be necessary that, okay, the company need to increase their advertising budget in such a way at least they will bring some, okay, gross rating points nearly, okay, up to 1000. How to schedule the advertisement campaign, okay. Now there are some different forms of activities that we are conducting under the media scheduling, okay. We need to schedule that particular media in such a way we can place the advertisement into the different medium at different aspects of timings, okay, or days even also, okay. So within a complete year we should have to manage that media very effectively, and that is called as media scheduling. In media scheduling we are using three models, okay. The first model is called as continuity model, or in general we call it as a continuous scheduling. Second one is flighting, and third one is pulsing. Particularly how should the media budget should be distributed, okay, that should be answered, okay, by means of using these three different models of advertising. So we need to manage our advertisement costs so as to achieve the overall advertising as well as marketing objective, and as well as we can meet our advertisement budget, and we can run our advertisement campaigns as successfully as possible by means of using the selected media vehicles. Now once we know about the media scheduling kind of activities, what is the least expensive way to accomplish the media objective? Okay, we need to identify the low cost alternatives, okay, and effective, okay, as it should be watched as well, the low cost and as well as an effective way to achieve the media objective. So cost factor with respect to that particular advertisement is one of the very important ingredient while defining the media related activities. So there will be absolute cost or relative cost that depends on the kind of media that you are being selecting for that particular advertisement purposes, and by means of it, this will be helpful to us to calculate the measures cost efficiency. Okay, that measures cost efficiency will be calculated by means of calculating CPM. This is called as cost per mile or cost per thousand. Okay, that has been calculated. Okay, or we can also even calculate CPP. This is called as cost per unit. Okay, so generally how to calculate that CPM, okay, mostly or CPP in most of the research firms, national and international research firms, they were given some different aspects to calculate the CPM or CPP. So cost of the advertisement divided by number of total contacts, okay, in thousand, okay, in this way generally it has been calculated, okay, the CPM. Or it can be even calculated, okay, the cost of advertisement divided by ratings. That ratings had been provided by the certain research firms, okay, national and international research firms, say for example AC Nielsen, org mark, okay. So these research firms are providing these ratings, and depending on that we can calculate the CPM or CPP. Some other considerations would be taken into account while defining our media objectives. What will be the geographical coverage that you are going to target that particular group of customers, okay, within that geographical coverage, as well as some other qualitative media environment, okay. uh, that that form of activity that can be limited, particularly no accurate information has been available to that particular companies, because they try to get some subjective information with respect to that particular media, and even by means of using some sort of recall research or brand research, whatever the companies has been conducted, depending on that, okay, some other factors has been taken into account while defining the media objectives. The next one is called as GRP or TRP. Okay, in India we are using TRP, okay, total rating points. Okay, in most of the in national and international research firms they are using GRP, okay, gross rating points. Okay, what is that gross rating point? It is called as the sum of the total exposure potential of the series of media vehicles as a percentage of audience population. In general, we call it as a sum of all vehicle ratings in the media schedule. Now, taken all the medias taken together, okay, what will be the total exposure that is available as a percentage of the population? That is called as what? GRP. Okay. Now that GRP will be also called as an indicator of amount of gross weight, okay, that the particular advertising schedule is capable of delivery. Okay, so how much total gross weight of that particular advertisement, okay, that is called as GRP, gross rating points. Now how to calculate the GRP? GRP has been calculated, okay, reach means the media reach into average frequency. Okay, so what will be the total media reach that should be obtained, and it should be calculated that is called as average frequency. How frequently the consumers, or how frequently uh, the potential group of customers, they are being exposed to that particular media, that is called as average frequency. Similarly, we are calculating the TRP, and TRP has been calculated as a percentage of target audience population. Okay, that target audience population has been defined particularly for each and every segment, whichever companies those are being targeting that particular advertisement, and depending on that, that TRPs has been calculated. It is a suitable form of method, okay, depending on only the percentage target audience population, okay, that TRPs has been calculated. And mostly in some of the countries like ours, like India, we are using that TRPs. Then we are talking about that media scheduling. Okay, as we will discuss about the media, setting the media objectives and specifying the media objective, we are conducting the scheduling form of activities and placing the advertisement into the different medium. Okay, so how to conduct that media scheduling? Media scheduling exactly a pattern of timing of the advertising which is represented as plots on the flowchart on the yearly basis. Okay, we just go to the another slide wherever we are looking for that how the media scheduling has been conducted. Okay, just after completion of this slide. So we are going to manage the different media in different timings, okay, and we are going to represent it by means of using some sort of flow chart. Okay, when does that media has to be used, okay, appropriately, by means of using different models of media scheduling. The plots in the flowchart indicate the pattern of the period, okay, that matches with the favorable selling periods. Okay, whenever we came to know about in that flowchart, okay, in a particular period of time, okay, you came to know, okay, once we see that slide, okay, the advertisement would be increased in particular period of time, and somewhere else that you will find out that advertisement decreases. Now depending on the requirement, individual companies they are planning their media scheduling activities in this way. Okay, the classical scheduling models are commonly known as continuity, flighting, and pulsing. These are the basic models of media scheduling that has been used mainly in the industry. Now, why does that media scheduling has been necessary? Media scheduling is one of the activity wherever majority of companies are being focusing and planning their planning the advertising activities of different of their clients. Okay, because of what that media scheduling depends on varieties of factors. Okay, it depends on the nature of the product, because there are different types of items are being there, and that requires some different forms of advertisement, and as well as their advertisement slots that they need to distribute appropriately to the clients. So you came to know there will be consumable items, durable items, or industrial items, and for which we do require different forms of media scheduling activity. Similarly, nature of sales. Okay, sales will be sometimes seasonal, or it should be regular, or sometimes it could be irregular. Okay, product life cycle. Okay, whenever the product passes through the different stages of product life cycle, say for example during introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, we do require some different forms of media scheduling. Pattern of the competitors program. We are not mainly following the competitor strategy completely. Okay, but we should taken into account what will be the scheduling form of activity of the competitors, because the researchers they are continuously collecting the data with respect to the competitors, and they will that data will be used to formulate the company's media planning and scheduling related activities. The entry of the new competitors into the market, okay, we are not familiar, and for which we need to manage our media scheduling activity very appropriately. Similarly, the availability of the fund for advertising by means of using our advertisement budget, and to regulate the activity for different marketing campaigns. So that media scheduling activity depends on several factors, and even the advertising budget also that should be taken into account, and what exactly the clients are required. We need to provide some effective solutions to the clients, and once we conduct that media scheduling activity, we can convince our clients very well. This is called as models of media scheduling. Okay, right now we talk about what is that media scheduling exactly. Okay, so this is called as a models of media scheduling. So there is one flow chart. Okay, from January to December different months are there. We need to plan our media scheduling activities. okay, in this way. Now this is the called as a continuous scheduling. Red lines that you will see as a continuous scheduling over here, okay, and the pink lines has been used as called as what, pulsing, okay, and third one that is called as flighting, okay. In this way, okay, and this is what advertising cost in thousand, okay, here a dollar has been mentioned, okay. So models of advertising, generally mainly in industry we are using these three important models of media scheduling. The first one is called as continuity model of media scheduling, so second one is flighting, and third one is called as pulsing. Now this continuous media scheduling activity primarily used for non-seasonal products, okay, or there will be some sort of very few type of seasonal products will be there. In that case we are using that continuity media scheduling activities, okay. So generally in case of services and all types of packaged goods, mainly we are using this continuity form of media scheduling, wherever we are placing the advertisement continuously into the different medium. So over a period of 12 months, okay, there will be repeated advertisement almost in all media that you came to know over here, okay. So advertising usually runs, okay, steadily with very little variation over there, okay, and it should be implemented over a period of time continuously into the different media. Or suppose there will be gaps supposed to be there, but that gaps would be what, very shorter gaps would be there, and some regular intervals, again we are placing that advertisement into the medium. So we are managing that complete advertising over a period of time that is called as nearly, suppose say, 12 months, okay. So this is a form of continuous media scheduling form of activity. We are placing the advertisement into the different medium continuously. Another one is called as flighting, okay. Now in case of flighting, this is called as a flighting. Here we are placing the advertisement in the beginning, okay, you will find over here in the beginning, okay. Then we are placing the advertisement in this way and increasing our advertisement cost, okay, that increase our advertisement cost. So it involves the intermittent and irregular period of advertising, okay. Here we are conducting the advertisement, but it is a intermittent or irregular advertising would be there, okay, are alternating with shorter period or no advertising, okay, at all in the media scheduling for seasonal product categories. So sometimes we are conducting the advertising, sometimes we are not conducting the advertising in case of flighting. So flighting depends on the form of product, whether we do require the advertisement or whether we do not require the advertisement. Say for example, in case of Halloween costume, that Halloween costumes are mainly popular in US, and that should be sold out during the period of September and October, okay. So we came to know that such kind of products can be made available particularly in that particular months only. So depending on the product requirements, the product could be get available, and the advertisement can be placed by means of using this flighting module. The next one is called as pulsing, okay. Now in case of pulsing, that you called as, okay, you using that pink line, okay, the advertising would be there in this way. Again it is a form of, suppose say, irregular advertising, but it is a somewhere we are managing our advertisement but not as flighting, okay. So here we are using the combination of both continuity and flighting. We are using the combination of continuous advertising as well as flighting form of advertisement. So there will be called as low advertising all the year round and heavy advertising during the peak selling periods. So sometimes that advertising would be, okay, very low, okay, use of that advertising would be very low, and sometimes it will increase, okay. So in that particular period of timing, that the company will decide when should have to manage the advertisement, or there should be lower number of advertisement, okay, so that they would have they should have to meet their lower they should have to meet their advertising budget and manage their advertising in particularly during the peak seasons. So they will increase the advertisement in that particular period. Pulsing combines the features of both flighting and continuous scheduling. I already told you that it is a combination of the model that is called as continuity model and flighting model. So product categories that can experience a surge in sales at intermittent periods are goods in candidates for pulsing product categories, okay, that are sold year round. Generally this can be used for sometimes to impulse buying of that particular product. So say for example, we are familiar with the deodorants. Okay, deodorants generally which can be sold out throughout the year generally, but during the summers, okay, that advertisement has been repeated over a period of time. So in summer you will identify there will be heavy advertising in summer. Okay, from March to June, okay, you will identify there will be heavy advertisement. So in this way we are managing our different models of that media scheduling. Okay, now let us see the example of that broadcasting of 5 radio advertisement spots. Now we will discuss about some technicalities with respect to TRP and all these things. Okay, this example has been collected from the internet. Okay, so total 5 radio advertisement spots need to be by that particular company, whichever those who are being conducting the kind of media planning over here. Let us see the media planning, how does they are going to conduct over here. Okay, the advertisement cost of that 5 advertisement slot is $500. The cost per spots, cost of per spots. Okay, so single spot advertising cost advertisement will cost $500. Total media cost would be, okay, $500 into 5, it is equal to $2500. So total quantity into rate. They have selected a media market. Okay, that media market would be here Chattanooga DMA market. Okay, that belongs to some country that is called as Georgia. Okay, it is called as the name of the market. So you can select any of the market over here, maybe an India or any regional market over here. The total population in that particular market is, okay, 8,27,900. Okay, from by means of conducting some sort of research. So research is very essential over here. Okay, then rating has been provided. That rating has been provided by Nielsen. I already told you that rating has been provided with respect to that particular company. So AC Nielsen, ORG Mark Limited or any other companies, okay, they will provide some standard ratings over here. So average person would be there. Okay, how to calculate that average person? That average person is equal to population. Okay, means this population into rating. Okay, rating is 2.110 divided by 100. Okay, in this way we are going to calculate the average number of persons in that particular media market. Thereafter we are calculating the gross rating points. Okay, this is called as GRP. Now how to calculate the GRP over here? GRP is 10.50. Okay, and it should be calculated is equal to rating. Rating is 2.10 into number of advertisements, number of spots. How many number of spots are there? 5 spots are there. Okay, so rating into number of spots. In this way we are calculating the gross rating points. So at least 10.50 advertisement slots are necessary. Okay, now cost per point, that is called as CPP. Okay, so how to calculate that CPP? Media cost. What is the media cost? Media cost is equal to $2,500. Okay, divided by GRP. Okay, what is the GRP? GRP is 10.50. So in this way we are calculating the cost per point, that is called as CPP, and CPP is $238.10. So in this way we are calculating the cost per point. Okay, then finally we are calculating the impressions. Okay, now how to calculate that impressions? That impression will be calculated average persons into number of spots. What is the average person? 17,386. Okay, average person into number of advertising spots, 5 spots. So thereafter impressions would be 86,930. Okay, now depending on that we are going to calculate the CPM. CPM is a very important tool, okay, in case of advertising. Okay, so cost per thousand. Okay, cost per thousand is called as cost per thousand. Okay, or cost per mile. Okay, now how to calculate that CPM? Media cost. What is the media cost over here? $2,500 into, okay, impression divided by 1000. Okay, how much impressions are necessary? Okay, 86,930 divided by 1000. In this way we can calculate the CPM, and CPM would come, okay, 28.78 or $6. Okay, that should be what CPM. Okay, now this is called as reach. Okay, that reach has been obtained from the media. Okay, So reach would be that media reach has been provided from that particular media, okay, depending on some statistical calculations. So calculated using some algorithm in case, okay, we use a binomial distribution model, okay, how much will be the total media reach, okay, that should be has been obtained from that particular newspaper agency or any television channel, okay, something else, or radio channels, okay. Now what should be the reach percentage, okay. How to calculate that reach percentage? Reach divided by population, okay. Reach how much is the reach? 83,618, okay, divided by population, and population is 8 lakh 27,900, okay. So in this way we are calculating the reach percentage, and finally we are calculating the frequency. So how many advertisement spots that particular media should be allocated into on that particular radio channel, okay, that should be calculated, and it is called as impression divided by reach. What was the impression was 86,930, okay, divided by reach, okay. Reach was calculated as 10.1%, okay, and finally it should come 1.01 approximately. One advertisement spot, radio advertisement spot, will be allocated in the air timing, okay, per day on that particular radio channel. So in this way we are conducting that media planning and scheduling to regulate the advertisement, okay, or to relate that particular advertisement into that particular medium, okay. So that's all for our today's session. Thank you very much.